All right, I'm sharing my thoughts about Lil Wayne and the Super Bowl situation. Now, obviously, the Super Bowl was a few months back. We're in April. Super Bowl was in what, February? But I saw something earlier today from a content creator that was commenting on Lil Wayne and his concern about certain things going on with him. So, again, I really am not a person that follows a lot of this stuff because I've been in the church for like a good portion of my life. Not ignorant, but just not following it. So I don't know that much about Lil Wayne, but I am aware that he is well respected in the hip hop rap genre and the rap game. I didn't know that his career started when he was around 11 years old, so that was interesting. And it's been over 30 years that he's been in the rap game and that he's still committed to producing music even up to this day. According to him, he's in the studio practically every night making music, so that's interesting. And I know I was aware that he took a break for like 5 years or more, but he's still being talked about. I think more so because of this Super Bowl. So basically, it was held in New Orleans, and Lil Wayne is from that area, and he thought that he was going to be chosen. But of course, we know Mr. Lamar was chosen to headline the halftime show for the Super Bowl. He expressed outrage about not being chosen, and he gave hints that, according to him, some representatives from the NFL gave him the indication that he was going to be chosen. We can't confirm that, but that's what he said. But basically, I was confused because he said reps from the NFL were encouraging him to make more public appearances and do more events and stuff to put himself out there. And they gave him the impression that he was going to be chosen. But I was saying, everybody knows that the NFL as an entity is not in charge of the halftime show. Jay-Z and Rock Nation oversees the whole halftime show aspect, and he made this, Jay-Z made the decision that Mr. Lamar was going to headline the halftime show for 2025, right? So when he was saying that representatives from the NFL were encouraging him to do these appearances and do all these different things to basically make himself to give himself the best opportunity, or to make him a shoo-in, quote unquote, to be chosen, that didn't make sense to me because, in essence, the NFL doesn't have any say, more or less, about the halftime show. Wouldn't that discussion be held with Jay-Z? So I was confused about that. But I don't know if Lil Wayne, with his memory and stuff, if everything is going okay with that, because he seems to not really be aware of certain things. Like, he's not aware of current events. He expresses like memory loss about certain things. He expresses memory loss about even his own events in his life and stuff. So that doesn't make any sense to me. But I have a thought. He was upset, and I understood why he was upset, because that's his hometown and he's a very big name. He's a world renowned artist. So, I could understand that. But when I was watching this video, it became more clear to me that maybe it's not what other people were saying about, maybe there was some beef between Jay-Z and him. I don't know about that. That's what one or a couple, actually, content creators were saying, that maybe this was because Jay-Z was holding a grudge against Lil Wayne that spanned over whatever word of time. Those individuals will know more about that. I have no idea about what that is, but that's what they said. But when I was watching this video, and the content creator was talking about the fact that apparently Lil Wayne has a very notorious reputation for being extremely late for his performances, for concerts, for interviews, and for the like. And I don't mean like 15 minutes, half an hour, even an hour late. I'm talking hours, 4 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours late for events, or for certain events. I mean, his own events, not showing up. That's crazy. But he's an artist. And unfortunately, in the artistic space, especially when you produce good music or your art is good, it's like they make allowances. But when it comes to something like the NFL, the Super Bowl, that stuff don't fly. So now I'm beginning to think, and again, I'm not attempting to be a Jay-Z apologist. That's not what this is about. But again, when I was listening to the commentary about this, there were certain people saying that it could have been because Jay-Z had a grudge. I don't think Jay-Z had a grudge. I think they were looking at the fact that he apparently is notorious for these not showing up for certain things, being very late, 6 hours late, 5 hours late, 3 hours late for events, and they didn't want to take a chance, even if that is his hometown. So maybe that was it. I'm speculating. Maybe it just had something to do with that. If you're headlining the Super Bowl halftime show and they don't want to take a chance that you won't show up on time, then that would be a good reason to not end up choosing you. I'm just speculating. I'm just offering that. But more than that, I am concerned that, again, according to the content creator, some representative or some writer, from Rolling Stone magazine did an interview, and he was chasing this man apparently for a month, all bi-coastal, New York, LA, wherever, like to get this interview completed. And during the interview, he expressed that like there are certain events in his own life and his own performances and collaborations that he doesn't even remember. He doesn't even seem to be aware of what's going on currently, because when he said someone from the NFL was giving him these promises or whatever, basically like, you're a shoo-in, just do this and that. And I'm like, everybody knows the NFL has nothing to do with that. Something is wrong. But he doesn't remember collaborations he's done with people. He doesn't recognize certain people. This man may be suffering from something more serious. I'm praying that it's not something really, really serious. He's an artist, so there's a tendency for these artists, especially in music, to self-medicate a lot, drugs, alcohol, and the like. But if he's expressing these types of memory issues, maybe something more serious is going on, and that's something that he needs to get checked out. I'm even putting this whole Super Bowl nonsense to the side. Like, his health is more important than that. So I'm praying that he has the right people around him. He has the right handlers around him and managers and the like, looking out for him. But that's my biggest concern, is that he's expressing some memory inconsistencies that should be concerning. No matter how great or good of an artist he is, if he doesn't have his health, mental and physical and otherwise, then what does he really have? Health is wealth. So anyway, those are just some of my thoughts.